Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I'm sure you guys have all seen Sanguine Maria, Bloody Mary. Now, I wanted to have a chat about this character because there's a lot of things that we have to wait and see on her kit, but this could be the first fusion that I actually go for in Raid. Now, I am obviously saving for Leo. If it's going to impact my chances, I think, to get Leo, I'm obviously not going to do that. But I want to wait and see if we have some overlap between them. I'll give you guys a rundown on my account where I'm at and whether I might go for this chick. But honestly, she's one of my favorite characters in the game without even having seen her played, just purely on the way her skills work. Now, some people will hate this style of play. It's a more manual style of play, obviously, but I just think her kit looks so fun and it feels like you have more control or attempted control over what happens with her skills. I'll explain as I go, but there's some things that I think we really need to find out about her abilities. For instance, her skill 1. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has the 33% chance of granting an extra turn. Cannot gain more than 1 extra turn. Now, how does this function? When it says cannot gain more than 1 extra turn, does that mean you can't use skill 1, get an extra turn, and then use skill 1 again and get an extra turn? Or is it that you can't gain 3 extra turns from the 1 attack because it's multi-hit? If you land that 33% chance 3 turns, technically you should get 3 extra turns. I think it's meaning you could do this, attack 3 times, get an extra turn, but then you could use it again, attack 3 times, and get an extra turn again. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't get test server access, so I'm waiting to watch the other guys test it, because if you can actually go basic attack, basic attack, basic attack, that would be sick. Now, you're not going to do this infinitely, but it's a great way it would be a great way to manipulate her turns for her other abilities and her passive. However, you will eventually fail because it's not like 199% chance. It's actually, I had to, dude, listen, I'm getting older now, guys. It's a long time since I was at school, so I had to ask ChatGPT. I have an attack that attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 33% chance of granting an extra turn, but only 1 extra turn can be granted. What is the chance that I'll get an extra attack, an extra turn from the attack? Basically, they said, and like I said, I knew it's a formula. I couldn't remember it. But if this is wrong, someone let me know. 69.9 is 69.9% chance. So about a 70% chance to go ahead and get yourself an extra turn off that. So if you want to gamble, you could play around with her turns by using this back to back. Once again, depending on how it works, but I love that kind of shit. It's so fun. Obviously, it's frustrating when you lose, but it's so fun when you win on that kind of stuff. And I think she's going to be the character that if you have her, people will say she's shit. Mine's is shit. She absolutely sucks. She always loses the RNG. And then if your opponent has her, she'll be like, she's triple S tier. She beats the game. She's OP. It's just going to be one of those characters because you're going to lose to her and get frustrated, and you're going to use her and not work, and you're going to get frustrated. But I think that's kind of fun, so bear with me. Skill 2, 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy, will ignore 33% of the target's defense. Really nice at base, but will ignore 99% of the target's defense, stone skin, and block damage buffs instead if the skill is used on a turn number that is divisible by 3. Now, I wish there would be a turn number counter in the game. They need to do this kind of stuff because I think Odin's the same. I think there's a few characters with these sort of like turn counter things. And if it's the turn, and my understanding of this is the turn, like on a turn number, meaning, you know, other people's turns as well, so it keeps going. If they just put in the corner of an arena battle or whatever, the turn count, like in Clan Boss, it is like, because it only shows the round and then the time. Like Clan Boss, it shows Clan Boss attacks. In Arena, I want it to show turn number. So the first person's booster goes, that's turn number 1. Then you're on turn number 2. Then you're on turn, they need to put it in. It would make this shit so much easier. I really hope they are doing something like that. Although I'm not holding my breath for it. Once again, that's just a little bit of a rant. I really do hope they do that so you can see it. Because I've got another idea for her other thing, which is in terms of hits, which I'll explain in a sec. But it will ignore 99% of that shit if it's divisible by 3. If the target is killed, increase the cooldowns of all enemy skills by 3 turns. This effect cannot be resisted if the skill is used on a turn number that is divisible by 3. So at base, if you're not using it on a turn divisible by 3, you ignore 33% of the target's defense, and if you kill them, it will increase cooldowns, but it can be resist checked. If you use it on a turn divisible by 3, you ignore defense, you ignore block damage and stone skin, and you guaranteed to put those skills on cooldown. which is really damn nice. Dude, all the 3s and shit, 99s and 66s, doing my head in. But yeah, I think this is a really nice skill. Once again, multipliers are going to play a big part in this. Then we have the next one, which is Gorescream. Another 3-turn cooldown when booked. Attacks one enemy. Before attacking, removes all buffs from all enemies. This effect cannot be resisted by enemies with a number of buffs divisible by 3. The strip, I don't really give a shit about on this one. Will attack all remaining enemies with less than 66% HP. Really good when you move into the late game. I do like that. Grants an extra turn if this champion is under a number of buffs that is divisible by 3. So this is where we can start manipulating shit. So you've got things that you can work with in the arena. You've got Stone Skin that you can put on her. You can bring in an ally with what's the set where that's in the battle pass at the moment with the protected shield. It slipped my mind. But you can use things like that so that no matter what team you're using, you can manipulate the amount of buffs, and maybe you play it with her on Stone Skin with a 1-turn Stone Skin so that when it comes to her turn, she can essentially, you have that Stone Skin as a flex. So you play it so that ideally you end up with 4 buffs. But in case something gets messed up, you could just have the 3 and use that ability straight away. However, if you have, if you have the 4 buffs and you got a 1-turn Stone Skin and 2 turns on the other buffs, you could use her skill 1 to strip that Stone Skin, and now you're down to your 3 buffs, which means then you could use this to get an extra turn, which means you can then move into this after the, there's so many, this is why I love this character, and I know a lot of people would hate this about her, but I think it's so cool that there's all these ways to manipulate stuff. So it kind of feels like playing cards to me. It's like you're like playing the hand you dealt, and then you're trying to manipulate it as best you can. I think it's really cool. I like that skill. The extra turn is the big thing on it. The strip, I don't really care about. The AoE is nice if it happens, but this is more about the guaranteed extra turn if you map things out well, which I really do like. Then we have Say Her Name. Now, once again, I'm so curious the way this skill 1 works. Cannot gain more than 1 extra turn. I need to know, because maybe it would be too broken if you could do it, because if you could do it, attack skill 1, and then you just got your cooldowns back. I mean, maybe that's too broken. But yeah, well, I don't know. I need clarification on that, because to me it reads on each hit. You can't get 3 extra turns from 1 hit. But you could can you go use skill 1, get an extra turn, use this, get an extra turn, use skill 1, get another extra turn, and then go into this? Dude, there's so much I want to know about this character. Anyway, let's continue on. Her passive. Each subsequent hit from this champion. So this is hit. So her skill 1 is a triple hitter. So it basically resets the counter on it. So that's something so this is a hit. I would love to see with the hit counter. With her mirrors, she's got the 3 mirrors. If she's done 1 hit, it's now each subsequent hit from this champion also deals... Now, I don't know whether this is per enemy or per her. That's what I'm not too sure on. If it's on her herself, I would love to see when she's at 1 hit, she gets 1 mirror around her. When she gets 2 hits, she's at 2 mirrors. When she's up to 3 hits, she's got 3 mirrors, and then it resets. I think that would be a cool visual way to display this. If it's per enemy, the mirrors would go on the enemies. You guys get the gist. I think that would be a really cool, good way to visually represent it. Don't think it's going to happen, but it would be cool. But for each subsequent hit from this champion, it deals 33% more damage, up to 99%, resets after the 99% damage is applied. If you line this up, plus you get the whole ignore shit, you are monstering absolutely anything. Each subsequent hit this champion receives deals 33% less damage, stacking up to 99%, resets after 99%. So this is going to be an absolute frustration. If they go to use their big nuke and you can't tell when she's on 99% and you do absolutely nothing, that is going to absolutely kill people. So I think she's going to be a really fun troll character, and I think she could be really good. Once again, multipliers, we'll have to wait and see. And then this passive is so damn nice. Whenever an enemy is revived, revive this champion with 33% HP and 66% turn meter. Nice turn meter. After being revived, places True Fear debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted or blocked. That's insane. They're running revive comp. You just put her in, and the fact that this passive portion here, obviously it requires them to revive, but there's no condition on this to do with 3s. It's just she gets revived, True Fear gets applied, can't be blocked or resisted. That's really nice. I feel like that's really nice. So like I said, I love this character. If it wasn't for the Leo thing hanging over my head, I would definitely be going for her because I think she is so damn cool. Obviously, I am saving for a Leo event. I'm saving an absolute ton. I am skipping Raph. I would be more likely to go for her than Raph. I get Raph as the turtle. He's cool and stuff like that. But her playstyle, even though she's not a limited character, it's just so damn cool to me. So if it turns out that she overlaps with a summon event for Leo, I will definitely do it. If not, I'm going to have to wait and see. So when her fusion starts, I'm probably going to do all the little pieces to get because you're going to get fragments for the epic, and then you got to get the epics done and then fuse the legendary. So I will do all like the tournaments and stuff to get the epics. And then when it comes to the summon thing, I'm going to see how much the summon is. And then I will decide if I'm going to go for her or not. That's the way I'm going to play it out. See where I'm at when this actually comes in. Do everything I can until we see the summon event. And then I'm basically just going to map it out from there. Think if Leo is a path with summons, how many summons would I have? How many summons do I need to invest into her? And that's the way I'm going to play it because I really do like the look of this character and I want to get her. But once again, I'm not going to risk Leo for anything. So that's kind of where I'm at. Let me know if you guys like her playstyle or if you think she's absolute trash because I know some people won't like this playstyle, but I just think is absolutely wicked. I think she is such a cool character, and I definitely want her. But once again, it's just going to come down to how many summons is it going to cost me to get her, and then we'll play it from there. But anyway, that is my update on her. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.